Hello team, it is Tuesday. I didn't start this vlog yesterday because, I did actually, that's a lie. I started the vlog, but I have changed my mind already on what I'm reading for this week. I apologise for the face. I've just had a shower and very vigorously washed my face, so now it's a bit of a mess. But I thought I would come on and let you know what I'm planning on reading this week. I do already have 3 books that I'm partway through, one of which I started last night. The other 2 I started last week. So I've got these 3 here, which are upside down. So the one that I'm the furthest into is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I took the dust jacket off. I'm buddy reading this with Claire, and we fell a little bit behind because of Final Book Support Group this weekend, but also I just fell behind because I stopped reading. But I'm actually really enjoying this one. We're following a young girl who, well, no, she's not that young actually. She's probably teenage age, late teens. And basically her mum is a moon goddess. She's a celestial being or something. And she ends up having to run away because her mum's trying to protect her from the higher upper celestials. So she ends up running away, and she ends up becoming one of the prince's kind of companions, and then she starts to fight in the army. And her idea is that she kind of infiltrates and then exacts revenge. I think that's the premise of the story. So far, really enjoying this. I thought that I was going to struggle with this one because I assumed it was going to have flowery writing. Now, I haven't felt that it has flowery writing, so I'm really enjoying it. The story's good, it's fast-paced, I'm having a good time. So I'm currently up to, I've got a mark on the back of the book. I've got it. I'm currently up to page 300, and I think today's goal might be to try and get to page 366. So we did break this up into sections, but I might try and go a little bit further than that just because I would like to finish this like way before the weekend. We do only have like 3 sections left, but if I leave it too long, tomorrow we're watching Brave. I'm watching Brave, my patrons, and on Thursday night we've got the Mindfuck series live show. So I do need to be a bit careful. Make sure I finish this before Friday because I am out Friday evening, and then, well, Saturday, Sunday we'll have time for reading because Andy's now working overtime. So that's one of the books that I'm reading. The other one that I'm reading is November 9 by Colleen Hoover. This is for my patron buddy read. We are binge reading some authors, and Colleen Hoover is our first one. So I am currently on page 145. I do need to carry on with this one. We're following Fallon and also Ben. And they meet randomly one evening. She's having tea with her dad. It's not going well, and he kind of bustles his way in pretending to be her boyfriend. And they have this fake dating scenario. However, Fallon's supposed to be moving for New York the following, like that evening, very late in the evening. And they make a pact that every year they will meet up on November 9 and spend the day together, or a few days together. For the next 5 years while Ben writes their romance novel. And I think I'm currently on year 3 of their meeting. Yeah, 3rd November of their meeting. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. I think Ben's holding a secret. I think that's the whole point of this, is that Ben's relationship with Fallon and simultaneously his novel be considered a love story if it ends in heartbreak. I think he's keeping a secret. So far it's good. I'm enjoying it. We have had a character kind of crossover from Ugly Love with Miles and Tate, which was nice. I know if I hadn't read Ugly Love, I wouldn't have picked up on that previously, but I'm glad that I've read Ugly Love first and then picked this one up. It was nice to see that crossover. So I am reading that one as well, and I do want to finish that this week. And then last night I ended up picking up my in-person book club read. So I do now go to an in-person local book club, and I really enjoy it as well. So it's a good time. Hi, if you're watching. They found out that I have a YouTube channel, and will probably want to see the video that this book features in. So it's this one, which is A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. I have kind of been struggling with YA for a while now. I don't really pick it up anymore unless it's like fantasy, but even then I'm not picking fantasy up. So I don't really read much YA anymore, and I thought I was gonna struggle with this, I'm not gonna lie. I started it last night and very quickly started tabbing it up and also making notes. Where's that page with all of the notes on it? Started highlighting and making notes. This book is incredible and I'm already having the best time. We're following Steph. It's not very often I see my own name in a book. It's spelt differently, but we're following Steph, and we're also following Reese. Now, Steph is a selective mute and Reese is deaf. So when Reese starts at her college, one of the teachers suggests that, well, the head teacher suggests that Steph shows him around because she knows some BSL, and she ends up making friends with Reese. Now, I think this might become a little bit romantic. It's adorable so far. Steph has a best friend called Tem as well, who seems really, really sweet, but her parents are divorced. And I already have opinions on her mother. The fact that I've called her mother should tell you everything you need to know. Not a fan, she's an asshole. But yes, so it's just, there's a lot of things in here, ironically, that I relate to. I'm not a selective mute. There was a time in my life where I almost ended up deaf. I was really struggling when I was younger with hearing, and there was a time in my life where I almost ended up deaf. I have had loads of operations over the years to fix my hearing. I have perforated eardrums, so I was close, but I have very strong feelings on the fact that I think that we as human beings should be being taught sign language, whether it be BSL or ASL, wherever you are in the world, from a young age. From the minute you can start talking and you can use your hands and you understand things, I think we should be being taught sign language, because I don't think it's fair that there is an entire nation of people on this planet that cannot hear and we cannot converse with them properly. I don't think it's fair. So I have incredibly strong feelings about this. So in here, there is one other teacher in the school, one teacher and Steph in the school who can do sign language. And I think it's bullshit, absolute bullshit. So I'm very angry about this. Well, not angry in the best way possible, because I am having the best time. But there are so many things in here, because Steph also has, we just went through her diagnosis from age 5 to present. So it started off with selective mutism, anxiety disorder in various stages, and situational anxiety at school. And then it was updated to generalized anxiety disorder severe, social anxiety severe, panic disorder moderate, and glossophobia, fear of public speaking. So her mutism is getting better, and her aim basically is go to university, but her parents have said that she's got a year to basically get herself to a point where she can just have a conversation at school and it not be a big deal. Otherwise they won't allow her to go to university. So she is trying to do better, but it's amazing the fact that because she now is signing to Reese, she is finding that she has this extra security blanket. She's actually talking out loud a little bit more, which is nice. And I'm relating to her so much in the sense of like anxiety and stuff as well. You know, like even with the mutism, a lot of it is because I know I can't insert myself into conversations. I literally don't know how. What if I speak at the same time as someone else? What if no one hears me and I have to repeat myself? What if I say something stupid and they all look at me weirdly? Why would anyone care what I have to say anyway? I struggle with this because of my anxiety, but also my ADHD, because I do have problems sometimes with butting into conversations. And then this other one, there's no such thing as getting your hopes up if you're anxious. Little victories are everything in a world where worst case scenarios are an endless loop in your head. I actually cried at that one last night because I related so fucking much. But yeah, I am really enjoying this book. I only started it last night and I ploughed through 80 pages, so hoping to finish that one this week too. So those are the 3 books that I'm currently reading and hoping to get through this week. We'll see how much of that I actually managed to accomplish, but that's my aim. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, I have work tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. I am out Friday evening with Andy, and then he's working Saturday and Sunday. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get through these because he's working Saturday and Sunday. But if I manage to get through these before Friday, I may finish this vlog early and do like a little weekend vlog, like a self-care vlog, or my own little like another 48-hour reading vlog or something. I don't know, I haven't decided, but we're gonna see what happens. I don't want to push myself too hard. I am planning on doing sprints this afternoon with my patrons, but I have a very severe headache. I think I'm incredibly dehydrated. And I'm aiming, I think I'm gonna go out and treat myself to a Starbucks actually. I didn't realise there's a Starbucks local to me. And I really love their ham and cheese croissant. So I want to go and get one of those and treat myself to a drink from there. So I think I'm gonna nip out. Haven't had any fresh air for like 3 days. So that's probably another thing that I'm struggling with my headache. The only other thing I could do is go for a walk rather than to Starbucks, go for a walk into town. We'll see, doesn't matter. I'll bring you with me anyway so you can see what's going on. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. This was a very long introduction, my apologies. That's what I'm reading. I'll see you in a bit. Today's Wednesday, and as you can see, it's not a good day. I am not at work. I do have a migraine. So I thought I would just come on and try and give you a quick update on reading, because progress has been made yesterday after being on sprints with my patrons for most of the evening yesterday. I say most of the evening, it was actually about 8.5 hours. So I have some updates for you. First of all, I did finish November 9 by Colleen Hoover, and I gave this one 4 stars. It's not been my favourite from her so far. Trying to think of what I've actually read from her now, but this might be my least favourite from her so far, which by no means it's a bad book. It just hasn't been my favourite. I wasn't as invested in the characters as I have been previously, and I didn't see the twist coming. That was a shocker. I thought something else was going to be the twist. Didn't see that coming, so that was a shocker. And I did like, well, I didn't like the twist obviously, but I liked that I didn't see it coming. I think that the ending was rushed a little bit, but overall I did enjoy it and I gave it 4 stars. It was a good one. I have been making progress in Daughter of the Moon Goddess as well. I am now up to page 367. I should really try and get to page, this migraine is not helping, but I might go and lie down in bed in the dark with the audiobook on. But I should really try and get to page 428 today and then finish the book tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to work because I have the live show for the Mindfuck series tomorrow, but I might just go and lie down and listen to as much of this as I can now in bed. Still enjoying this one. I've pre-ordered the Waterstones edition of the second one, which has sprayed edges and it's signed and all that good stuff. So there's that. And then I did also start last night To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini, which is the JPEG's book club book. I have been terrified about picking this up, not because I don't think I'm going to enjoy the book. I've got a little bit of my blind left open to let some daylight in, and it keeps, every time a car goes past, the sun flickers on the fucking window. I've been terrified about picking this one up. It's 800 odd pages and I have not the mental capacity for that right now. However, I discussed this with some of my patrons last night and they were like, okay, well, why don't we start it together? So me, Cece and Caitlin, I think that was it. There may have been some more of us, started this together last night and we all kind of finished on the same page. So I'm into it now, which is good, and it is good. I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm 96 pages into this now, which is really good. I would like to continue following along with the book, but today is going to be a no-go. I kind of wanted to get like a ways more into it, maybe even up to like part 2, but if I could do another 100 pages that would be awesome, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna take this upstairs with me as well, and if I can, maybe I just slow it down and listen to it rather than following along with the book. We'll see. Also partway through A Quiet Kind of Thunder as well, but Andy's working Saturday and Sunday this weekend, so I now have like a free weekend to get lots of reading done, hopefully. So that's where I'm at. I am gonna go and lie down in bed. I can't decide if I want more sleep, but I only woke up at 1 o'clock and it's only 20 past 4, so I've only been awake for like 3 hours, so I can't decide whether or not to go back to sleep or whether to just lie down in the dark and listen to some books for a bit. I'm gonna go up and get in bed anyway and just see how it goes. I think this is dead now. I might need to get a cloth. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I just thought I'd come on and give you an update, even though I'm struggling really bad. The realities of living with chronic pain. So yeah, I'm gonna go and I will give you an update again when I've got one for you. Hopefully I will get through some reading this evening and then maybe tomorrow before the live show, but yeah, I'll let you know, keep you posted. Okay, hi, it is time to wrap up this vlog. I've edited it to this point. This is a very bizarre, chaotic vlog. I thought I'd filmed way more than this as far as the chatty bits are concerned, but that is not the case. So we're just very briefly going to wrap this up. I'm going to tell you what I read during this vlog, and it's just going to be a 2-week long what I got up to for the last 2 weeks vlog, with mostly b-roll and a little bit of chatty bits. So this is the stack I was trying to get through during this vlog, and we're going to go through it very quickly. So November 9 I've given you plenty of information on. I gave this 4 stars. It was good, just not my favourite Colleen Hoover so far, probably my worst so far, but that doesn't mean I didn't like it, because I did. I read Daughter of the Moon Goddess and I did finish this one. This also got 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I did tell you earlier on in the vlog that I ended up purchasing the pre-ordering the Waterstones edition of the next book in this series, which I think is Heart of the something to do with Heart and Sun. I can't remember what it's called, but I have since cancelled that order because I didn't realise at the time that I was ordering it that the Fairy Loot edition to match this has not yet been released, so I pre-ordered that one instead when I got the email. So I'm gonna have the Fairy Loot matching edition, which is exciting, but yeah, I ended up enjoying this way more than I thought I would and I'm glad I read it and gave it a chance during the try chapter tag that I did. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one, which I think comes out in November, so I am planning on reading it at that point. There's going to be another round of final book support group, so hopefully I can finish the duology off, get it boxed off. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. Then I did finish a book that I didn't mention at all during this vlog, but I had gotten halfway through it previously and I wanted to finish it off. It is one of my Patreon buddy reads, and that is Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. This is following Olivia and also Colin. So Olivia always has bad luck with everything. She gets herself in this situation where she's accidentally caused a fire throughout her apartment block, burning her ex's letters, and she has to move out. And she ends up moving in with her brother and his roommate, Colin, and she accidentally gets a text from the wrong number one day asking what she's wearing, and they end up texting back and forth. What she doesn't realise is that this person is Colin, and he doesn't realise until later on in the book, but he realises a lot earlier than her. Slowly but surely, romance ends up blossoming between the two, and this is what happens. So it's all to do with that. I don't know what else to tell you, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I gave it 3 stars. The romance in here did fade to black a little bit. I didn't like the fact that he hadn't told her that he was Mr. Wrong Number when he could have told her earlier on. It was fine. I gave it 3 stars. Then I did obviously start To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I can't remember how far I got into this. I'm fairly certain I reached the 200 page mark, but I can't properly remember. So yeah, I don't know how far I got in, but it was around the 200 page mark, maybe a bit further, before I decided to DNF this one. It's not that I wasn't enjoying the book, it's that I'm not in the right headspace for it right now. I do not have the mental capacity to get through this. I don't have the mental capacity to retain the information, and for that reason it was making me slump, and I don't want to hit another slump because I've just managed to get out of a slump. So I did make the decision to DNF this one. It will be temporary. I'm hoping anyway that I will come back to this because I do think I will enjoy it, given that I read it during a time when I have the patience for it. Right now I do not. So I have DNF'd this one temporarily. It does annoy me that I've done that. I was going to try and push myself through it just for the sake of knowing whether or not this was going to stay on my shelves, because it does take up quite a bit of room with it being so chunky, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to ruin the story for myself either by forcing myself through it when it's making me slump. So I did DNF this one on that basis, which I'm glad I made that decision. And then the final book that I was reading during this time period was A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. I have not yet finished this one actually. I got to page 204. I am still enjoying it. It's going well. I think this is going to end up being either a 3 or 4 star. I don't envisage it being a 5, which when I started it I thought it was going to be. I think what's happened is that it's taken me a while. When I'm reading it, I'm enjoying it, but it's taken me a while because when I put it down, I'm not fussed about picking it back up again. It's grabbing my attention once I'm in it, but once I'm putting it down, it's not. So the other thing is as well, this relationship between the 2 characters. She's 17, he's 18, and it is very much so like a teenage relationship, which is fine, but like she goes right into detail with the kissing, and then there has been a little bit more than that. They've been going to kind of like the next level but not quite sex, and she goes into detail with it, and I don't want to read that about 17 and 18-year-olds. Like, I don't know, I'm not too fussed, and this is how I know I'm out of my YA era. I'm properly into even, well, yeah, new adult, but even then it's got to be like, they've got to be in the 20s for sure. So I am kind of struggling with that a little bit. I don't want to read it, and I know that before the end of the book the chances are these 2 are going to have slept together, and I cannot. So I don't know how this is going to go. I am going to finish it off. There's no point in DNFing it at this point, because overall I would like to know how the story goes, and I've only got 103 pages left, but I haven't finished it during this vlog, so just be wary of that. But yeah, that's everything that I read during this period. I did have a very busy time during this time period. I was busy with YouTube work and stuff, and then I was busy with my work, my day job, and then just in general social life and family. So over the last week during the period that there is a lot of B-roll, I spent a lot of time at my brother's with my nephew, and I also spent quite a bit of time with Andy. He luckily had like 2 days off. He's been doing a lot of overtime, so he had 2 days off, and we went to, on the Friday, we went to Trafford Centre, and we went to do a bit of house shopping, holiday shopping. He doesn't live with me. Holiday shopping. Then we went out with his brother and his his brother's girlfriend, not Andy's girlfriend, I'm Andy's girlfriend. And then on the Saturday, we went to a beer and food festival in Manchester, which was really, really good. Wayne came with us, and them two ended up being big kids. Wayne went on the big swingy thing, which is why I was filming it. And them two both went on the dodgems, and we had some good food, we had some good drinks, and it was a really good time. Like, the weather wasn't perfect, it was very windy, but luckily the rain held off. And it was a good time, we had a great time. Then we went out and we watched the boxing later on in the evening, which was a little bit of a letdown, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, it was a really nice weekend. So I had quite a lot of things to do, and I obviously didn't update you as much as I thought, but I got through quite a bit. I mean, I DNF'd one and I haven't finished another, but I still managed to get through quite a few books, so I'm really happy. Managed to get lots and lots of fish for Polathon as well. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Chat to me in the comments down below if you want to let me know you were here but you don't want to chat to me. Leave me a I don't know, a heart of any colour that you fancy emoji. Leave me one of them. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.